Sure. So Exclusively In is not up for sale. We have chosen instead to focus on a little bit of restructuring to allow the business unit to become profitable. So it's actually now a profitable entity and profitable business unit. So that was really important for us to seek efficiencies. It's a great business. It does very, very well. We've chosen, however, to take the majority of our investment capital from our Series B financing and invest it behind Sher Singh and the growth of Sher Singh. So that was a board level decision. We chose to ensure that Exclusively In itself wasn't losing money. And so now it's a profitable piece of our overall business. And the balance of the capital that we have in the business really push behind Sher Singh. So we have about 2.5 years of capital left, and that was important to make sure that we had that. No investors are exiting. We're one happy family. I think the unfortunate thing in the market today is that it's a very small, almost incestuous market, so people talk a lot. I think we'll just let our results talk for themselves. E-commerce, you get to experiment a lot. You see what works, what doesn't work, and then you analyze the data. So some of those merchandising decisions were made based on the data that we've been seeing, we do flash sales. You might be referring to that because people do like to come in for a short period of time, enjoy the excitement of a flash sale. So we've added that back. So it's growing incredibly rapidly. About a month ago, it was contributing about 30%. Now it's almost 50% of our revenues. So it's growing very, very rapidly. By the end of the year, we expect it to be about 80% of our revenue. No, Exclusively In will continue to exist. As I'd mentioned, we wanted to make sure it was profitable, so we weren't investing and losing capital. We preserved that cash and have invested behind Sher Singh. So Exclusively In will continue to be there. It's a great business. It throws off a nice amount of cash every month. And so for us, however, making sure that our Series B financing was invested behind the growth of Sher Singh, because fortunately we've seen the growth, especially in the last 90 days, and we're very excited about where it's going to go. So we have to be the best at what we do. We have to make sure that our product is on par with the best international brands. So we don't compete necessarily with Zovi or Free Culture or Yepme. We compete with all the brands, the retail brands as well. So it's very important, whether it be Zara or Tommy Hilfiger, that our offering at the end of the day be on par with those brands. Our goals and our ambitions aren't limited to the e-commerce market just in India. We're launching multiple markets, UK, US, Singapore, UAE, etc. So we are building a global lifestyle brand, and we have to compete with the global lifestyle brands out there. Private labels, especially in a nascent market like India, where organized retail is still very young and new, is a tremendous opportunity to build out brands. And so we're seeing the beginnings of that. I think over the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to see the emergence of huge businesses built on the back of private label brands. So Exclusively In sells internationally only. It does not sell domestically in India. And Sher Singh currently sells domestically in India. As I'd mentioned, Sher Singh about a month ago was doing about 30% of our global revenue. This month it'll contribute about 50% of our global revenue. Going forward, we expect that to be 80-90%. So we're investing behind Sher Singh in terms of growth, and we're sustaining Exclusively In at its current levels. So those businesses will continue to operate. We have a tremendous DNA in terms of how to ship internationally. So the great thing about Sher Singh, the brand, the private label, is that it won't be sold only in India, it'll also be sold around the world. We trust it tremendously. We built out an amazing brand. I think you should talk to the customers. They'll give you the exact answer or the right answer or a more appropriate answer. I think that that is a brand that's been curated over the last 18 months. It's an amazing brand, and it's something that NRIs trust. They love our product, they love our service, they love the quality of what we deliver, and they'll continue to do so. Well, Sher Singh will continue to be, it'll grow in new categories. So for instance, we just launched a women's collection with Lisa Hayden. We just launched a kids collection. You'll expect to see a home collection come out as well. So the great thing about being able to build out a private label is as the brand builds trust with the consumers, you can add more and more categories. No. So right now, our strategy is to continue to allow exclusively and to be profitable, allow it to service the NRI market, and more importantly is the growth and success of Sher Singh, because we've already proven that the ethnic wear business abroad exists, it's real. We now have to prove that a private label brand built out of India is a real business. So that's what we're focusing on. An entrepreneurial's dream. I mean, no, it is really. I think that India is probably the only country, or one of the only countries, where retail infrastructure is so poor that it gives tremendous opportunity to e-commerce companies. We ship throughout India, and the amazing thing is someone who probably wouldn't have seen a store of Sher Singh come into their tier 2 city for the next 5 years is able to buy our brand today. So I think it's tremendous opportunity, and you're going to see interesting growth for these types of private labels and brands built online. Absolutely. As I mentioned, the last 90 days have been the real spike of growth. We've added, ultimately in e-commerce, the more SKUs you add, the higher probability you'll get somebody to transact. So the conversion rate has doubled, and our transactions have gone up about 90%. So you're seeing tremendous growth, and that's the exciting part. Is as we add more categories, we expect the brand to continue to grow. So the average transactional size is about 1.7 units per box per purchase, and the average basket size is about 1,300 rupees. So we'll be on a run rate to achieve about a $30 million business. We have about 3.5 lakh Facebook fans, which is great, and we have about a lakh registered email addresses. Though again, it's not a private sale business, so we bring customers in through SEM and SEO. So we expect to continue to grow the database and probably have 500,000 registered users before the end of the year.